So if anyone is responsible or culpable here for regularly endangering lives on our streets where ICE agents are operating, it's those people who are encouraging illegal aliens to do everything they can to evade arrest. Wait, I forgot. Among the worst is snarling Seth Moulton.
If you don't think this is up, you don't know what it means to be an American. And every one of us should be angry right now in this moment and willing to stand up for our values, the values that have always made this country great. And anyone who's just letting these MAGA autocrats get away with this needs to fight or get out of the way.
Fight or get out of the way? What a despicable thing to say, given how tense things are already. Does he realize that these ICE agents have families too? That they're among the most diverse workforce in any U.S. agency? That they put their lives in harm's way every single day they're out there enforcing deportation orders? Look, Democrats, everyone has to understand this as well. Democrats do not care about these lives lost any more than they care about the Americans killed by illegals. Let's not forget that Loyola student, Sheridan Gorman, in Chicago. We won't forget her, but they have. Or Stephanie Minter. She was stabbed to death by an illegal about 10 miles from here while she was waiting for a bus. This is all theater to the left, and sadly to the Democrat Party captured by them, because they want to get back to what they loved most, a wide-open border with millions of foreigners pouring in. And that's the angle. Here to discuss is Border Czar Tom Homan. Tom, it's good to see you tonight. Tell us, if you would, what happened yesterday with this pause on the vehicle stops. It initially struck me as a bit of an over reaction, given the fact that we have thousands of these stops that happen peacefully every month. But it seemed like the president was not happy about this.
Well, look, I've done this a long time. Vehicle stops are our main tool for us to do our job, and we got to continue that. I think it was blown out of proportion a little bit. I don't think Markwayne Mullin ever intended people to think we're doing away with the policy. He wanted to do a short-term policy just to make sure that the agents out there on these operations have the vehicle stop training, and do they have the tools necessary to keep safe. Here's my concern. You're exactly right. This all comes back to the Dems, who are telling people don't comply with ICE. ICE is not a real law enforcement agency. Here's how you evade ICE. Now, you and I talked about AOC a year ago. She says, well, I'm advising my constituents of their constitutional rights. Don't open your door. Don't comply. You see signs at these protests, resist. And this is the problem. You need to comply with law enforcement. So here's my concern. I think Markwayne Mullin might have been one of the reasons he wanted to look at a temporary pause. I'm scared to death, because assaults with vehicles are sky high. There's been a lot of shootings. I'm scared to death that one of these days, our ICE officers aren't going to be quick enough. The bad guys are going to be quicker. And I'm going to hand another folded flag to a spouse or a child. So, President Trump's clear this policy is not going away. But it all goes back to the Dems, who want to continually attack ICE and tell people to evade them, tell people don't comply, tell people to resist, and tell people ICE isn't a real law enforcement agency. You and I talked about this a year and a half ago, Laura. I said if the hateful rhetoric didn't stop, there will be bloodshed. And I'm saying it right now. There's still going to be more bloodshed unless they shut their mouth and let ICE enforce the laws that they enacted.